Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AuthorHood podcast. Hope things are being beautiful at everyone's end. To grace our show today, we have Mr. Arun Malik with us. He is a master motivational speaker known for his impactful books filled with motivational quotes drawn from his personal and professional experiences. Through his books, he inspires readers to overcome challenges and achieve their goals, offering wisdom and encouragement to those seeking motivation. Mr. Malik's journey, shaped by his own experiences, makes his words relatable and powerful, driving people towards self improvement and success. Hello, sir. Thank you very much for accepting our invite. Welcome.
Hi, Ashita. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's our pleasure. So, how will you best introduce yourself to the listeners?
Okay, I started my education in Jaipur and subsequently I visited many places in India because my father was in a government job. So we lived in many places and I had my schoolings at Kendriya Vidyalayas across India.
Hmm.
And then I went to do my engineering at MNIT Allahabad, Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad.
Ji.
I did my mechanical engineering, and subsequent to that I worked for 1 year with a private firm in Kota, and then I decided to go for my MBA. So I did my MBA from Irma Anand,
Acha.
and subsequent to that I worked in corporate sector for 15 years, and then I hung my boots and took to writing full time. So that has been my journey.
Wow.
I was facing a tough time in my corporate jobs, and I realized it's not worth it to uh, survive against all odds, and I should look for my own passion. And it was kind of reawakening
Hmm.
into my purpose and my motto in life. And then I dove headfirst into writing full time.
Okay. So, since it's about quotes and a lot of quotes, tell us if you could summarize the essence of all your books in one quote, what would it be?
I would say the title of one of my book, which is a quote as well as a title of one of my books, odds don't define me. I live by this motto all my life. I've always lived by this motto all my life, and this will be my motto in future as well.
Wow, really a fantastic summarization. Amazing. So, your quotes, sir, they are coming directly from your personal experiences.
Hmm.
So, was it any difficult to get the right vocabulary to exactly express what you have always wanted?
When you write quotes, it's not the vocabulary, it's the power behind those words which counts the most. So it's not the vocabulary. We don't create a literary masterpiece in terms of extensive usage of unknown vocabulary.
Hmm.
It's the power behind these words, the appropriate words which should come forward.
आप कुछ एक्सप्रेस करना चाह रहे हैं और वो एक कोई पावरफुल ऐसा वर्ड हो जिसको पढ़कर hitting right away. So,
Mhm.
like, do you struggle with that thing, or it's like keeping it simple and sober?
I go with a slow and steady pace.
Hmm.
I write around 10-15 quotes in whole of night. I write in the night time, and
Huh.
it takes whole of night for me to write only 10-15 quotes. So it's a slow
Wow.
and steady process.
Hmm.
I draw on my experiences, derive a quote from it, put appropriate words into it, the powerful
Hmm.
words into it, and see that it is kind of impactful.
Wow. Now, balancing brevity with depth is a task in itself,
Hmm.
especially when it's about one or two or three liners.
Hmm.
So, with the quotes, how do you manage with the whole of the crafting thing, like motivational quote भी हो और वो simple भी रहे, sober भी रहे?
My idea around writing a quote is a thought.
Hmm.
A thought has to be put in such words that it carries its message in a very strong and impactful way.
Impactful way, जी.
So once thought is clear, putting that into words is not difficult thing.
Hmm.
The clarity should come from the thought itself. What do you want to say?
Hmm.
what message you want to percolate around to the masses.
Hmm.
Once that thought is clear, putting them into the right word is not a big task. It takes 5-10 minutes, and
Hmm.
I'm in a habit of achieving that very easily.
Since it's a long time now,
Yeah,
around the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So, will you agree with me if I say that being a motivator is more of a responsibility than a profession?
Yes, it's a noble profession.
Noble profession, yes.
It is a very strong responsibility. It's a very important responsibility. You are addressing an audience which is looking for some help, some looking
Hmm.
for some succors, looking for some ray of hope, and you cannot kind of turn them empty-handed, and
Hmm.
you cannot leave them unattended.
Yeah, like how they entered the hall and how they leave the place. There needs to be a significant difference.
Yeah, yeah. And how they started the book, and after reading the book, how they
Hmm.
feel, what has been the transformation in their attitude, what has been the transformation in their mental makeup.
Mental
That's
makeup,
what
huh?
counts the most.
True that, true that. Okay. So, as again said by you in one of your earlier interviews, your mother believed in your work even before it gained any recognition.
Hmm.
Is there a quote or a statement, maybe, from her that kept you motivated all through and is still being a motivation to you?
No, there is no quote or statement from her. Her pat on my back
Oh, wow.
or waving my hairs,
Huh.
they were the gestures which gave me immense support.
Ji.
I needed a hug at that point of time. I needed a pat on my back. I needed a hand on my shoulder. I needed a shoulder to cry on.
Hmm.
And she provided me all those things. They were more than enough.
And that worked magic, huh?
Yeah, that worked magic.
Amazing.
She used to say that don't give up. Everything will be all right.
Amazing again. I may sound a little awkward here, or maybe not so conventional. Being vegetarian, did it help you with your approach to motivation and empathy?
Yeah, when you are a vegetarian, you have to find out the reason why you are vegetarian.
Yes.
One could be health, one could be empathy towards animals.
Hmm.
For me, it was more than health. It was empathy towards animals, which was the contributing factor to my being vegetarian.
Hmm.
So when you are empathetic towards animals,
Hmm.
it surely means that you are empathic towards human beings. It shows in your attitude.
Hmm.
So when you are empathic towards human beings, it adds to your persona, it adds to your personality,
Hmm.
and you turn out to be a good individual.
Very nicely put. Wonderful. So, do you often channel your love for animals into your writing or motivational talks as well?
No, love for animals is something which is very personal to me. I don't make it public.
Huh.
That's something which is very personal and private to me. It's not a kind of public movement I want to start.
Hmm.
It's something very private to me, and I see that whatever I could do in my own capacity, I would be more than happy to do that.
Great.
When I go down in my neighborhood and I see a pet roaming with their pet parents, and
Hmm.
I kind of invite them, attract them towards me by saying good words
Hmm.
and kind of show them some affection.
Hmm.
The response I get in form of love from those animals is unfiltered,
Unfit.
and I don't see that humans can love as innocuously as animals love us back.
That's true. So, are there any parameters, sir, that you'd have marked for yourself to measure your success in your work as a motivator?
No, it's not benchmarks. If I'm able to impact as many lives as possible, that's my
Hmm.
life's aim. I should write as many books as possible. My target is to write 100 books in this lifetime. I've just written 10 so far, so I have a long way to go. And if I can impact as many lives as possible
Hmm.
and give hope and succor to a lot of people around me, I would see that my life has fulfilled its mission.
Wow. Since you are into writing quotes, tell me, sir, आपने क्या डिफरेंस देखा है इन द रीडर कैपेसिटी कि वो नॉवेल को ज्यादा हिट करना पसंद कर रहे हैं और द बुक्स दैट आर rather short read?
No, reading quotes is a serious business. It's for serious folks who want to improve themselves, improvise their life, do self development, and make something out of themselves. और जो फिक्शन पढ़ते हैं, रोमांटिक रोम कॉम्स और थ्रिलर्स, और they are for short pleasure, short thrills, short pleasure. So they are a different category. I don't cater to that market. I cater to serious folks who want to self improve, self develop, and improvise themselves and make something out of themselves. So it's a different market. We are addressing different market.
Altogether a different genre. Yes?
Genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And also when you're a motivator, so sir, आपको क्या लगता है कि what is that one field that requires the most motivation?
People think that they have lost the opportunity to grow themselves and it's too late now. And I say that even if you are 70, even if you are 80, even if you are 60, even if you are 50, it's never too late. You can start at any moment. So start now. Don't procrastinate over what have you lost, whether the opportunity has been lost all these years. You can start even now, and the result will manifest themselves in no time.
Maybe that's coming from a point of view wherein it has worked for you, but again, people who think of starting late, कहीं ना कहीं सा hurdle work environment होता है. Like they're not as welcomed as the people who are in their fresh early 20s and early 30s. उनको ज़्यादा है ना opportunities मिलती हैं. So कहीं ना कहीं जब ये वाला biasing हो जाती है तो motivation अपने आप down हो जाता है. If you are given a chance, how will you boost that up?
I have seen life as a constant evolution. Things you learn at 20s, things you learn at 30s, things you learn at 40s, things you learn at 50s. They are all different. Life is a constant evolution. You have to keep learning at every stage. Learning will be different at different stages. You can't learn what 20 years old is learning at the age of 20 and you are 50. You have to learn different things. You should never stop. And even if you are 70, 80, still you should not stop learning. And the final product will be a masterpiece. That's much I can guarantee you.
Again, amazing. So, being a speaker, sir, now you have achieved levels already. What would you say about the times you faced self-doubt?
I am a very hardcore, motivated guy, and I have never faced self-doubts ever in my life.
Wow.
I have a conviction that one day I'll be successful, and I live by that conviction. My life is a constant evolution. I won't say that I've achieved something and it's final. No, the goal will keep on adding themselves.
Ji. Wonderful. Since you say that you never faced the self-doubt thing, but there would have been times जब आपको अपने आप को भी boost करना पड़ा होगा. How did you help yourself then?
Since I write a lot, I read a lot as well.
Acha.
And I pick up some books which gives me knowledge, which gives me perspectives, which gives me positive hopes. So that's how I survived myself. You can't give output when you don't take anything for input.
Very well said. True. So tell me, sir, is there any particular motivational topic or perspective, or maybe a motivational act that you think needs more of attention, since you have great ideas about what exactly to hit while you're motivating someone?
I think young generation needs to be motivated in achieving for themselves. I see a lot of youngsters without any direction, without any help, without any support, and without any guidance, whether it's from academic institutions or parental support. They are clueless about their future because they have lack of direction. And there the motivation can play a significant role in guiding them and channelizing their energies in a positive way and giving them goals and targets to achieve. And probably you'll have a generation who's interested in nation building.
Wow. very hyped question, sir, but I would really love to put it to you as well. How will you differentiate motivation and inspiration?
Motivate is actionable, something which makes you take action.
Hmm.
Inspiration is something which inspires you to think positively.
जी,
Inspiration works wonders with folks who are with built-in maturity, so
जी,
that they get inspired by something, they think positive,
hmm,
and they are mature enough to take action on their own.
जी,
And motivation works for little immature folks who, despite being inspired, despite being given positive direction,
hmm,
they need a bit of nudge to take practical action.
जी.
So that's the difference.
Okay. Now, sir, you have n number of motivational sessions in your name. Is there any particular one wherein you felt that every word you said, it hit a different level of resonation with the audience?
The way I approach motivational speaking and writing is I put myself in the shoes of a reader
Hmm.
or a listener.
Okay.
And then I tailor my programs according to that. What are they seeking? What do they want?
जी.
And I give them what they want
Hmm.
with a lot of positive hopes.
Hmm.
And the reception is abysmally high.
Okay. Any of the reviews for any of your book that made you think that fine, my purpose is done?
There are a lot of reviews where people have said that my words are very powerful and they have transformed their mental attitude, mental makeup.
Hmm.
I get these kind of reviews very often.
अच्छा.
That my words are very powerful words and they lead to a transformation in thinking patterns.
अच्छा.
That's the kind of feedback I get very often.
Wow. And that's fulfilling.
That's what I seek to do.
जी.
I see that I am achieving my targets.
Wow. Okay. So a little bit on the publication of your book, sir. Getting motivation published, is there any kind of struggle that one has to go through?
No, getting not motivation published, getting quotes published is a struggle because uh, quotes is a kind of a genre which is very niche.
जी. Hmm.
And the publishers go by the commercial scale of the success which they forecast.
Hmm. They want that a novel thing in their hand. Either it is
Yeah, they
novels or
want a
their
rom-com or
poems.
a slightly erotic novel which will
Huh.
sell by the sell to the masses.
जी.
So that's where we have to kind of struggle a bit.
Okay. And also, is there a struggle when it comes to marketing the books?
No, marketing, I have created a name for myself so people know me and my name sells.
Wow. So amazingly said. Okay. So, one last question, sir. What will be that one bonus statement that will go from you as an author and as a motivational speaker to the listeners and also to the readers of your books?
The success mantra in all your endeavors is never give up. Never give up. You never know when the success will hit you. So if you just try one more time, just
Hmm.
last time,
Hmm.
you never know. You've been struggling for 5 years, and sixth year you hit the success.
जी.
So if you would have dropped after 5 years, you wouldn't have got success in the sixth year.
बिल्कुल.
So keep hustling yourself, keep trying, keep doing your efforts, and never give up.
Wow. Also, sir, one more thing. Is there any particular way of working that you would want to suggest to the people in their 20s that okay, आप इस तरह से थोड़ा सा अपने काम में बदलाव लाइए, अपने काम करने के तरीके में बदलाव लाइए, so that it may lead you to a better direction?
I'll give it from the example of my son,
Hmm.
who's just done his MBA.
Okay.
He majored in finance, and in his first job, they put him in sales role for a few days so that he gets abreast of the sales part of the training.
Hmm.
They are so impatient. Today youngsters are so impatient. They want only finance. He says,
Hmm.
"I only want to do finance. I won't go for sales."
जी.
This is just part of the training, just to make you aware of different aspects, different functions of an organization. You're not going to end up your life in a sales role, but they are so impatient. Today's young generation is very impatient. And they don't look from a long-term perspective. They already always have short-term perspective. What is
Exactly
today?
this, sir. हाँ, impatient and वो short term में सोचना.
बहुत शॉर्ट टर्म सोचते हैं.
हाँ, अभी क्या
हाँ.
मिल रहा है बस उस पर ध्यान दिया
अभी
जाए.
क्या मिल रहा है,
जी
अभी क्या मिल रहा है.
सर, एक और है आजकल जॉब स्विचिंग वाला ट्रेंड है. एवरी नाउ एंड देन पीपल कीप ऑन स्विचिंग देयर जॉब्स. पहले के टाइम में वही सर पीपल यूज्ड टू वर्क देयर होल लाइफ इन द सेम जॉब, और उसमें वो कितना अचीव कर लेते थे. शॉर्ट लिव्ड गोल्स हैं सबके.
शॉर्ट टर्म सोचते हैं, बहुत शॉर्ट टर्म सोचते हैं. होराइजन बहुत शॉर्ट है,
बहुत शॉर्ट है. अच्छा सा कॉन्वर्सेशन हो गया सर. थैंक यू वेरी वेरी मच फॉर योर टाइम.
थैंक्स अर्शिता, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
बेस्ट विशेस.
थैंक यू.